We are living in a generation where many people have confused freedom with disorder. They have confused pleasure with love. They have confused desire with purpose. And they have turned human relationships into something superficial, empty, and disposable. Today, many people only seek to satisfy physiological needs, temporary emotions, and fleshly desires without caring who they emotionally destroy in the process. And this is a reality that is destroying entire families. There are men and women who play with the feelings of others. They promise love, but only seek pleasure. They promise commitment, but remain trapped in emotional immaturity. They approach others out of physical attraction, convenience, or temporary loneliness, and when they get what they want, they disappear. They betray, they lie, they manipulate, and they leave hearts completely shattered. We live in times where many want the benefits of a relationship, but do not want responsibility. They want companionship, but not commitment. They want attention, but not loyalty. They want intimacy, but not to build a future. Meanwhile, there are children growing up in broken homes, families silently falling apart, people struggling with anxiety, depression, and emotional emptiness, marriages losing trust, and young people learning a completely distorted version of love because promiscuity never builds stability. Emotional disorder never brings peace. Temporary relationships will never fill the emptiness of the soul. The problem is not only physical, the problem is spiritual, emotional, and mental. Every toxic relationship leaves scars. Every betrayal leaves wounds. Every emotional manipulation breaks trust. And many people end up emotionally destroyed after giving their hearts to the wrong people. There are people who enter your life only to consume your peace, consume your energy, consume your stability, consume your innocence, consume your emotions, and then abandon you as though you never mattered. That is not love. That is selfishness disguised as affection, and modern society is normalizing it. Now they call it fun to destroy hearts. They call irresponsibility freedom. They call moral disorder modernity. And they call love relationships based only on physical desire. But the reality is that many people smile on social media, while internally they are completely broken. Some people have lost the ability to love in a healthy way because they have turned the human body into entertainment. They have turned relationships into emotional consumption, and they have forgotten the true value of loyalty, respect, and family. Many young people are wasting important years chasing superficial relationships. They abandon their education, lose opportunities, become emotionally indebted, neglect their relationship with God, and end up trapped in cycles of pain, emotional dependency, and emptiness. While some destroy their future chasing temporary pleasure, others are building purpose, studying, working, healing emotionally, strengthening their minds, growing closer to God, preparing for a stable future. And here is the difference. Pleasure lasts minutes, but consequences can last years. A bad relationship can destroy your emotional stability. A manipulative person can destroy your self-esteem. A toxic relationship can completely pull you away from your purpose. That is why you need to open your eyes. Not everyone deserves access to your life. Not every smile has good intentions. Not every form of attention means love. Some people only seek to fill their internal emptiness by using others as emotional entertainment. And when someone lives controlled only by physical impulses, they eventually destroy everything good around them. They destroy families, destroy marriages, destroy friendships, destroy homes, destroy children emotionally, destroy trust, destroy their own peace. Because emotional disorder always comes with consequences. Today, we see a generation hyper-connected digitally, yet emotionally empty. Many desperately seek love, but do not want healing. They seek companionship, but do not want maturity. They seek pleasure, but do not want responsibility. And that is where emotional chaos begins. Because when a person does not control their impulses, they end up hurting those who truly love sincerely. There are good people suffering because of emotionally immature individuals. There are children paying the consequences of irresponsible decisions. There are homes destroyed by infidelity, deception, and double lives. And the saddest part is that many no longer even feel guilt. Because the heart hardens when a person constantly feeds ego, desire, and manipulation. That is why you must protect your mind and heart. Do not trade your peace for temporary attention. Do not give your body to just anyone. Do not hand your emotions over to unstable people. Do not sacrifice your purpose for momentary pleasure. True maturity is not measured by how many relationships you have had. True maturity means learning to control your emotions, respect your body, and build healthy relationships. God never designed love to destroy people. True love protects, respects, cares, honors, builds, brings peace, brings stability. But today, many people only want to consume emotions and move on as if nothing happened. Then they wonder why they feel empty, why they have no peace, why anxiety overwhelms them, why everything feels superficial. Because the human soul was never created to live in constant disorder. We need to return to values, return to respect, return to integrity, return to protecting the family, return to honoring God, return to understanding that emotional decisions affect entire generations. Your life is too valuable to waste on temporary relationships. Your purpose is too great to destroy for momentary impulses. And hear this clearly. You do not need to sleep with many people to prove your worth. You do not need physical approval to feel important. You do not need empty relationships to fill your insecurities. You need healing. You need maturity. You need purpose. You need spiritual peace. You need direction. You need to return to God. Because when God becomes the center of your life, you learn to respect yourself. You learn to choose better. You learn to set boundaries. You learn not to settle for emotional crumbs. And you understand something powerful. Temporary loneliness will always be better than destructive company. Sometimes walking away from certain people is an act of self-love. Sometimes closing doors saves your future. Sometimes saying no prevents years of suffering. Do not allow people dominated by emotional disorder to destroy your stability. Do not allow someone to use your emotions as entertainment. Do not allow social pressure to make you lose your values, because in the end, discipline will always bring greater rewards than lack of self-control. Faithful people still exist. Healthy relationships still exist. Strong families still exist. Men and women with values still exist. But you need to learn how to discern wisely. And above all, you must understand that your relationship with God should stand above any temporary desire. Because when a person loses reverence for God, they begin to justify any behavior. And that is where emotional tragedies begin. Today, choose to build, not destroy. Today, choose healing, not manipulation. Today, choose respect, not using people. Today, choose to protect your family, your values, and your purpose. Because temporary relationships end. Pleasure fades. Emotions change. But consequences often remain for years. Guard your heart. Protect your mind. Protect your purpose. And never allow the emotional emptiness of others to destroy the peace God wants to give you.